Right guys, doing a turbo cider today. Dead simple recipe. This is just a basic turbo cider recipe, but I'm going to be using the Kveik yeast to ferment it. So, what do we need? Apple juice. This is Lidl's finest, and it says on it made, where was it? There, contains naturally occurring sugars. You want that, because that's what you're after, the sugars, as well as the flavour. I've got another pan here with water in and sugars being dissolved in it, boiled and then cooled slightly. Cup of tea, no milk or sugar, just a cup of tea. That adds, I think it's your tannins that you need. Lemon juice, just to give it a bit of bite. And yeast, and that's it. Dead simple. Get your all star sign, spray, open, and into the demijohn, which has already been cleaned with star sign. Has foam in the bottom, but you don't fear the foam. I haven't really measured out the sugars in the dissolved sugars and such to see what kind of starting gravity I'm going to be at. This is just chuck it and see. Really? Quite happy with that. First carton in. Just put that down. Second carton in. Important thing always is sanitisation. Clean, sanitise. Pretty much what brewing is. Second carton in. Now I'll pour the sugar and water in. This is just up in the ABV. You could do it just the juice if you wanted. If you work out the ABV yourself, what the sugar to liquid ratio is, and cup of tea. When adding things like cups of tea or boiled water with sugar, be careful in the demijohn. If you pour it straight in, it's likely to crack and go everywhere. So put your cold juice in first, and that second. I've learned that from experience. Right, lemon juice. Half. Half. So that, by the yeast, is making a cider. Now, I use a different funnel for this because it's dry on the inside, and I'm just going to start on the outside because that's the bit that touches the demijohn. Obviously I don't want it wet inside, otherwise the yeast won't go in. And then add the yeast. This is yeast I harvested only a couple of days ago, and it's now stuck there. Come on. It isn't quite what I imagined. Let's try poke it down with that. There we go. Right, so that is dead simple, other than getting the yeast in. Now, out of this cup of Star San water, get our bung, our bubbler, put that in, and that is it. Took what, 5 minutes? And then the reason I've left it that much headspace, by the way, is I don't know how vigorous this yeast is. It could go off and go everywhere, so you leave a bit of a headspace, let it do its business first, then as it calms down, come back, top it up. Should be alright with the CO2 layer, keeping it safe. So, keep it somewhere warm for 7 to 10 days, maybe 14. It depends on your yeast, depends on the temperature. And then you have table cider. One thing I forgot to mention, aeration. So, give it a good vigorous shake if you can. Helps the yeast get started. Get as much air into it as possible. There we go.